Oh man, I went on a date last night. Whew. Smoking hot. Unbelievable. Great girl too. I'll probably call her back. My tie straight? Yeah. Where is this guy? He said he'd be here 20 minutes ago. Oh, there he is. Never mind. I got it. Hey man. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. I sent an email, suit and tie. This is the most important video of possibly your career.
It's laundry day. What do you want me to do?
And you're wearing t-shirts. And
why do you always give me so much
sunglasses? We were indoors.
Go ahead and you do this on your own.
Nice, Dad?
How's that?
Go change. Unbelievable. September 20th, 2017 is a date I'll never forget. We lost power at around 1:30 in the morning, only to be woken up by Category 5 winds. I remember the kitchen door swung wide open and I had to run to shut it back up. At the time, I was staying with Mom for safety reasons during the hurricane, and at that moment I recall her grabbing me by my t-shirt in hopes that I wouldn't fly away. And I was fortunate not to, which is more than I can say for the thousands of people who perished during Hurricane Maria. Homes were leveled, debris was everywhere, cars were displaced, jobs lost, and the island went without power for more than a year. Trust me when I say this, because I was hired by Homeland Security and I had to witness it firsthand. After the dust settled, I went out for a spin, hoping I could find a gas station that was dispersing any, because it was pretty hard to come by. I found one, but not before waiting close to 7 hours just to get $20 worth of gas. They weren't, at the time, allowing you to pump any more than that. And so, driving home one afternoon, I had the unfortunate displeasure of having to swerve around 3 animals. Dead animals. And I'm sure they were run over because people just didn't see them in the darkness of the early and late evenings roaming around. Humans, I knew right then and there that weren't the only ones that suffered the aftermath, and what was an already huge problem was exacerbated. Animal homelessness was rampant, and it now started becoming an epidemic. Shelters that were already struggling to operate were flattened, and these poor cats and dogs had nowhere to go anymore because they started seeking shelter underneath roofs that, fortunately for them, didn't cave or crumble. So I got home that day, and admittedly, since there wasn't much to do, I took one of those little TV dinner tables outside along with a candle, a chair, pen and a pad, and it was right then and there that I started thinking of solutions to try and end animal homelessness, and began to sketch what is now Petmospheres, or at least the very first few drawings of it. Petmosphere is an app that my partner and I developed, which initially serves as a tool for shelters, rescuers, volunteers, and foster parents to literally pinpoint all the strays on the island in hopes of getting them off the streets. And our short-term goal is to provide them with a safe haven, only to eventually find them forever homes. And A few months later, I realized that if I was going to think big, I might as well think bigger. And so Petmosphere now aims to become the only pet app you'll ever need. I've incorporated as an LLC. I've trademarked our intellectual property. We're available on both Android and iOS devices, have a fully functional website on which you can register to make a difference. I put together a local media tour which amassed most of our downloads, and it garnered plenty of attention that put us on the map, if you will. And ever since then, it's my understanding that as CEO, I feel as though we've plateaued and are now picking up steam yet again. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm extremely intrigued by the idea of being in New York City for an entire year. I, for one, having a mother that's from there and listening to her stories about how life moves just a little bit faster and about the people who make it, I can't help but wonder about the possibilities for our platform. Living an entire year there can put me closer to what I believe are like-minded people, potential investors, and perhaps even monumental growth. Now, granted, I have a good thing going here. I just got a promotion at work, and even then, I'd be willing to move on from a federal government job with plenty of room to grow in order to chase this passion and see it through. I really would. And I don't think I'd hesitate for a minute. I don't think I'd allow myself to do that. And I'd be more than willing to sacrifice everything towards this dream, which happens to be, in my opinion, a win-win for everyone involved. I'm looking forward to 365 days of nothing but work. And I think we should meet.